Hi, I'm BY Dulay, taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. Now, I'm going to demonstrate to all of you how to solve quadratic equation by completing the square. Some given quadratic equation can be solved by factoring, but some are not. So maybe we can apply the solution by completing the square that I will demonstrate to you later. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Charot. My topic is all about solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Just watch and learn. To understand easily how to solve quadratic equation by completing the square, here are the steps in solving completing the square. The first step in solving by completing the square is arrange the equation in the form ax squared plus bx equals to negative c. Given the equation x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals to 0, we must arrange that equation on that form. Okay, let's do it. X squared minus 5x minus 24. As you see in that equation form, the constant is transposed into the another side. So we must transpose the constant negative 24 into the other side. By addition property of equality, add 24 to both sides plus 24 equals to 0 plus 24. Then x squared minus 5x cancel because negative 24 plus 24 equals to 0 equals to 24 plus 0 equals to 24. So that is our equation. Next step is make the left member of equation a perfect square trinomial by taking the square of 1/2 the coefficient of x and adding the result to both sides of the equation. As it said in the second step, we must make the left member of the equation a perfect square trinomial by taking the square of 1/2 the coefficient of x and add the result to both sides of the equation. So as like 1/2 times the coefficient of x, which is negative 5, which is 5, then squared is equals to negative 5 over 2 squared. So we must square it. The answer is 25 over 4. So we can put the answer on the blank. 25 over 4, 25 over 4, and then 25 over 4. Before we proceed to the next step or the third step, we need first to solve the two equation, or we need to add the two numbers. We need first to find the LCD, which is 4. Then 4 divided by 1 equals to 4 times 24 is equals to 96 plus 4 divided by 4 equals 1 times 25 equals to 25. Then the answer is 121 over 4. So our equation is x squared minus 5x plus 25 over 4 is equals to 121 over 4. That is our equation. The third step is factor the left member as a perfect square trinomial. The equation form of perfect square trinomial is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or equals to a plus b squared. So we must need to make that equation on that form, a plus b squared. Let's try it. So we need first to find the value of a here in the equation. The a is the x. Then, because the first sign on that equation is negative, so we must put the negative here, the equation. To find the last number here, we need to think a number that if we multiply to 2, the answer is 5. And then, if we square, the answer is 25 over 4. So the answer is 5 over 2. Then, let's try to multiply that equation. X squared, then times 2 times negative 5 over 2 equals to 5. Cancel the 2. Then times x, negative 5x. Then last, square the negative 5 over 2, which is negative times negative equals to positive. Then 5 squared, 25, then 2 squared, 4. Correct. Then copy the last number, 121 over 4. So, these are equation. Again. The next step is take the square root of both sides of the equation using the double sign to the right member of the equation. Our last equation is x minus 5 over 2 squared equals to 121 over 4. So as it said, we need to take the square root of both sides. So the square root both sides with the positive negative sign to the right member of the equation. Square root, cancel the square root and squared. So it becomes x minus 5 over 2. Then square that number. Square root of 121 equals to 11. And then square root of 4 equals to 2 with the positive negative side. So this is our last equation to find the value of x. The last step is solve the last equation we get, which is x minus 5 equals to, or x minus 5 over 2 equals to positive negative 11 over 2. So we need to solve that because that equation, it has a positive and negative sign on the constant here. We need to isolate that equation by x minus 5 over 2 equals to positive 11 over 2. Then x minus 5 over 2 equals to negative 11 over 2. So we can find the value of x. X equals to 11 over 2. Transpose the negative 5 over 2 to the other side by addition property. Add positive 5 over 2 here and then here. If we add 5 over 2 here, it will be cancelled. Then if we add here 5 over 2, it will become that. So solve, add the two numbers because it has the same denominator, so we can copy that. Then add the numerator. 11 plus 5 equals to 16 over 2. Then divide. X equals to 8. That is our first value of x. And the next equation, x minus 5 transposed the negative 5 over 2 equals to negative 11 over 2 plus, because negative, if you transpose, it becomes positive. So positive over 2. And then x equals, copy the denominator, and the negative 11 plus 5 is equals to 6. Negative 6. So the answer, x equals to negative 3. That is the second value of x. So we already find the value of x. This is the summary of the solution of the equation that I gave, which is x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals to 0. Arrange the equation in the form ax squared plus bx equals to negative c, which it becomes x squared minus 5x equals to 24. and then make the left member a perfect square trinomial by taking the square of 1/2 the coefficient of x and adding the result to both sides of the equation. So x squared minus 5x plus 25 over 4 equals to 24 plus 25 over 4. We get the 25 over 4 by multiplying 1/2 times the coefficient of x, which is 5, then squared. The answer is 25 over 4. And then factor the left member as a perfect square trinomial. So the answer is x minus 5 over 2 squared, then add 121 over 4. Then next, take the square root of both sides of the equation using the double sign to the right member of the equation. Square root. So it becomes x minus 5 over 2, and then square root of 121 over 4 equals to positive negative 11 over 2. And then find the value of x by solving the result equation, which is x minus 5 over 2 equals to 11 over 2. Then x equals to 11 over 2 plus 5 over 2 because it is transposed on the another side. Then x equals to 16 over 2, 11 plus 5, 16. Then copy the denominator 2. And then the answer x equals to 8. And the next equation, x minus 5 over 2 equals to negative 11 over 2. Then x equals to negative 11 over 2 plus 5 over 2, which is transposed to the another side again. And then x equals to negative 6 over 2, negative 11 plus 5, negative 6, and then copy the denominator. And then x equals to negative 3. That is our value of x. Thank you for watching and listening to my demonstration about the steps in solving completing the square. Thank you.